Hello friends, I'm Maxine, but you can call me Max. Please like and subscribe before I continue with my story. I was born prematurely to a single mom who lived in a beautiful farm. Since I was so weak and fragile, Mom treated me as if I was made of glass. Literally, Mom was constantly worried about me, from what I should do to what I should wear. She'd always give me organic food to eat. I had to drink green-colored smoothies in the morning to boost my immunity system and whatnot. It didn't end there. She'd always make sure that before going out, even for a walk in the park, I had on tons of sunscreen and was wearing knee pads and a helmet. But I always did the opposite. I loved to run and hang upside down on the monkey bars. Hey Mom, come on, let's try this together. It's so much fun. Oh God, no way. Come down, honey, please. Don't get me worried. Oh, Max, you don't have to make snow angels, honey. It's so cold. Oh, no. Why did you take off the training wheels? It's dangerous. What? A hike with your friends? Do you have any idea how many things can go wrong during such an activity? You could fall, you could hurt yourself, and you could get lost. That's how Mom was. One time when I was 16, it was raining heavily and Mom wanted me to get back in. I didn't. And as a result, I got sick. This herbal tea will do wonders. Mom's herbs were doing absolutely nothing to help, and when I got a high fever, she rushed me to the hospital and it turned out I was pretty sick. I'm so sorry, sweetie. Why was I being so reckless? I should have brought you to the doctor earlier. Don't worry, Mom. I'll get better. I had to stay in the hospital for 2 days, and it was then that I became fascinated with everything doctors did, except for the needles. Mom, I want to have the exact same lab coat. It looks so cool. I'll be a doctor when I grow up. Once I graduated high school, I told my mom that I wanted to go to New York to prepare for the entry test of the best medical school in the country, and I wanted to apply. Mom was jumping with joy, and the next day, I saw her going to the grocery store on a bicycle. What's that, Mom? Where's your car? Oh, honey, I wanted to, buy a new model. You sold it! Mom! Oh, honey, you are all that matters to me in the world. You know I always wanted to become a doctor, but you know how you were born so early, and I was always worried about raising you and keeping you well. I am so happy to see you fulfill your dream. I know you're gonna make me proud. I didn't think twice about selling the car to cover your studying expenses. I'll always do all I can to help you. Once I was in New York, I was living in a hostel with a crazy roommate who was also a student at the same university I was applying to. I'm Mia. Welcome to my crazy world. Oh gosh, she was really crazy. That girl was always busy talking, laughing aloud, and lazing around. But she was also sweet and kind, and we both totally hit it off. Come on, get dressed. You must come to this concert with me. We'll have a blast. What? I've never been to a concert before. I'm not sure I'm very comfortable going there, Mia. What do you mean you've never been to a concert? Have you been living under a rock? No, but my mom didn't really like the idea of me being in such a crowded, closed place. And? Is your mom here now? Let's go out, let's have some fun! This is an experience that you shouldn't miss. After going with Mia for that concert, something inside me just changed. I saw life, people, parties, and many more things. I felt like I'd been living in a prison during the years I lived with my mom. This was freedom. My mom didn't let me do any of these things. Hey Mia, let's go to this yacht party. It sounds like so much fun. Yeah, most of my friends are going, so it's gonna be amazing. Mia, please take me with you to the concert. But you don't even like this band. Still, I want to go out and have fun. But everything changed just a day before the test. I spent the day studying and at my wit's end. And that's when Mia suggested I take a break and go to a party with her. What? No. I have to finish up the physiology section and then get to botany and then... Girl, if you pass this entry exam, then you'll have to go to college for 4 years. And then you'll have to do your residency in your 30s. And the list of things you'll have to do will go on and on and on. And suddenly, you'll find yourself in your 50s and haven't enjoyed yourself. Believe me when I say, life is short. Let's go and have fun. Well, this sounds almost convincing. You know what? I'm coming. Mia sure knew how to have fun. And then we did the most amazing thing together. We crashed a party. I promise it'll be fun. Dr. Peyton throws the best parties. She's known for that around here. Dr. Peyton? That name sounds familiar. Wait a second. She's gonna be one of my professors when the academic year starts. Are you out of your mind? You want me to crash my future professor's party? Why not? Should I explain to you again that you only live once? What if we got caught? Come on, who would notice two girls in a crowded party? It's her daughter's birthday party, so a lot of her friends will be there. We'll go unnoticed, I promise. The place was amazing, but right when I was stuffing my face with food, a lady came and looked at me up and down. May I know who you're with? Yes, Dr. Peyton invited us. Oh dear, I don't think I have invited any clumsy intruders to my party. I know all of my daughter's friends, and definitely you're not one of them. Oh my God, my cheeks were burning red at that point. That was so embarrassing. Right then, Mia held my hand and whispered to me, "Run!" But Dr. Peyton started to follow us because she wanted to know who we were. When we got caught outside, I tripped on a rock and was about to fall, but a guy who was standing there caught me in his arms.
Hey, whoa, easy there. Are you all right?
Yeah, I mean, there's this crazy lady chasing us, but yeah, I'm good. Come on, Max, we need to go, now! That witch was hot on our trail, so I ran off with Mia. Well, the night was crazy and we had so much fun, but when I woke up the next morning, the first thing I did was scream. I slept in and missed my entry test. No, this can't be happening. No, stupid me. This is all you're doing. Me? Excuse me? You were the one who wanted to run around Times Square in the middle of the night? She had a point, but what was I going to tell my mom? I couldn't break her heart. Plus, I was so sure she'd want me to return to the farm if I told her the truth. I couldn't go back. I didn't want to. So I did what I had to. I lied. Yes, Mom, it's so good. I am so excited. I love the city, I love the college, and the teachers here are so nice. Thanks for everything, Mom. I didn't like lying to Mom so much, so in the coming weeks, I stopped taking her calls. But that totally backfired when one day, Mom was at my door.
Oh no, you look so tired. I missed you a lot.
Oh wow, what's in this jar?
My baby works so hard, so these are protein bars to make her mind sharp.
Gosh, Mom, you never forget to bring these. Thank you so much. The next day, I took Mom out to a nearby mall, and just as she picked out a dress, someone else grabbed it too.
Hey, excuse me.
I grabbed it first.
Nope, Oh, if it isn't Brittany. Weren't you the girl who had a baby right after high school? It's definitely you. Are you still living at your dad's farm?
As my mom and the woman talked, I learned she was in my mom's school, and it seemed they weren't very fond of each other. My mom later told me that this woman used to bully her when they were in high school, but there was something much more problematic with the woman. She looked a bit too familiar, and then it hit me. It was the woman whose party I had crashed with Mia, Dr. Peyton, and the moment her eyes met mine, she smirked.
Oh, here she is. So Brittany, your daughter is going to a medical college? Yes, you heard me right. You're not the only one from Mississippi who could get into a college. My daughter here is making the family proud. Oh, I see. Dear, do you mind telling me your batch number? Oh, you might have forgotten. So, what's your anatomy professor's name?
Oh, he is Professor Derek.
Oh, Dr. Derek, you say? Well, the anatomy professor is a lady, and she happens to be me. Well, your daughter is nothing but a liar, and let's not forget an intruder. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, I'd say.
Saying that, she turned and left, but Mom looked so disappointed in me. How could you? I had high hopes for you.
I don't care about the test, but lying? I didn't raise you to be a liar, Max. I'm going back. How could you?
What was I supposed to tell you? Mom, I partied all night and missed the test. You want to know why I lied? 'Cause I didn't want to return. Mom, you're basically a helicopter parent. New York was my path to freedom, and I took it. You didn't let me do anything fun for the past 17 years of my life. But now, I decided to start living. So please, let me. The moment the words came out of my mouth, I regretted saying them, but the damage was done. Mom packed her bags and returned to the farm. In a couple of days, I realized how I'd hurt her, and when I tried to contact her, she shut me out. For the first time in my life, I felt alone. Yeah, alone in a city of 5 million people. I was sad for weeks, and it was Mia who pulled me out from my slump. Can you just stop bothering me? I am not feeling all right. Feeling all right? You have been in those PJs for 2 weeks. Boo-hoo, you missed your test. What's your next step? Stay in those PJs till you die? Gosh, Max, your life can't get better by chance. It can only get better by change. That was some tough love from her side, but it worked. I picked myself up and even found a job. I have to admit, it was hard, very hard. I was working my butt off. I needed to get into that college and make Mom proud. The following year, the entry tests were back on, and this time, I got in. I was so happy and even visited Mom for Christmas and broke the news. But things had changed. While she was happy and even helped me out with the fees, it just wasn't the same. But I still hoped to win my mom back, and to make Dr. Peyton pay, of course. On my first day at medical college, it was like I was walking in mazes, and I felt more out of place than a mustache on a baby's face. But thank God, I spotted a guy in the corridors. Hello? Dr. Evan, right? Wait, you're the guy from that witch Peyton's house. What were you doing there?
Oh, I was invited to the birthday party, but what were you doing there?
Oh, it's a long story. I'll tell you later. Could you please tell me where I could find Class 07? Just as I got a seat, Miss Peyton entered the class and gave a very, very boring lecture. I was amazed at how the students didn't doze off. In the end, she asked if we had any questions, and I jumped to my feet. Yeah. I wanted to know about the hormone that causes hatred.
Oxytocin.
Oh, you! Just leave the class already. Why? I passed the entrance exam and I'm an official student here. I'm not going anywhere.
Leave the class right now or I'll have you expelled for disorderly conduct.
Ugh, I so hated her. After that day, I loved getting on her nerves every now and again. Hey, I wanted her to suffer even if it was for a little bit. But I also didn't want to get suspended. Besides her, all my professors were amazing, and I was actually loving college. Perhaps a little too much since I would run into Evan every now and then. Soon we started hanging out, and it turned out Evan was a pretty nice guy. Even Mia liked him when they both met. Oh my God, you totally look like McDreamy. Did anyone ever tell you this? No wonder Max is always talking about you when she gets home.
Really? Explains why I always have hiccups.
Mia? Can you please just get us some juice or tea or maybe coffee? Oh gosh, this was so embarrassing.
Nah, just so you know, I'm always telling my friends about you too. Guess we're pretty alike after all.
Well, time passed and I sort of got over my anger at Dr. Peyton. I was so focused on my goal that I didn't care about her anymore. I sailed through my semesters and was in my final year when one day I got a call from my neighbor back home. It turned out Mom had been sick for some time and was in the hospital. Even though I had an exam the next day, I took a flight to meet her. Seeing Mom so fragile, it broke my heart. I sat next to Mom the entire night. Mom, how are you feeling?
Max, what are you doing here?
You have an exam today. But how did you know? We don't talk that often.
Your friend Mia is such a sweetheart. I call her every now and then to ask how you're doing because I want to give you your space. I know I worry a lot, but I can't help it.
I am so sorry for breaking your trust, lying to you, and...
No, honey, it's not your fault. People need to make their own mistakes to learn from them. I was taking that from you, and I shouldn't have.
Mom, I love you so much. Saying that, I hugged her. I stayed with Mom for a week until she was home. Meanwhile, I had informed the college about her health, and I knew I'd get things sorted once I was back. But when I returned, I got the shock of a lifetime. Dr. Peyton had recently been made head of the department, and she refused to let me retake the exam. But why? I have the right to take this exam. You can't do this to me.
Oh, I sure can. And I'm doing it. I don't know how you were able to enter this college, but make no mistake, you're not graduating on my watch. You were probably out somewhere, crashing someone's party. And then you had the audacity to pretend that your mom was sick so that we'd let you retake the exam whenever you felt like it. Irresponsible. Maybe it's time to go back to that farm of yours. Please, leave now and close the door on your way out.
That woman was a certified witch. I didn't know what to do, so I told Evan everything. Later that day, I decided to confront Miss Peyton one last time, but I stopped in my tracks when I heard Evan's voice coming from her office.
Mom, you need to cut that out. You can't just waste her hard work.
That lying piece of... She doesn't even deserve to be a doctor.
And why are you standing up for her? Don't tell me she trapped you, wrapped around a farm girl's finger. I expected better from you, Evan. Mom, Max is my friend. You have to stop this. Otherwise, I'll have to go against you.
You wouldn't dare. Just when Evan came out, He was stunned to find me there. You tricked me.
No, Max, please let me explain. Look, I wanted to tell you who I was, but seeing how much you hated my mom, I couldn't. I was afraid to lose you.
I don't care. A lie is a lie. I didn't want to see Evan again, but he never stopped trying. But in the following days, I realized how Mom must have felt when I lied to her and how I was being a hypocrite by not forgiving Evan. One day, as I was in my room, there was a knock on the door and it was Evan. Mia had let him in.
Wait, before you kick me out, just listen to me. I told the dean about your case, and you can still finish your degree.
You actually went against her? Why are you helping me?
Isn't it obvious? I like you.
Thanks to Evan, I was able to retake the exam and passed with flying colors. As for Dr. Peyton, I could tell the world what she wanted to do to me just because she and my mom were rivals in high school. But I decided to move forward because I didn't want to be a miserable person like her. On my graduation day, I invited Mom, and the moment I saw her, I ran to her. You came! I am so happy you're here. I wouldn't miss this for the world. I'm so happy for you, honey. When Dr. Peyton handed me the degree, my smile was so wide, and I knew how much it annoyed her, but who cares? Well, after graduation, interning, and residency, I finally got a job at a hospital, and today is my first day. Wish me good luck. Hey guys, I'm Amelia from Denver, and this is my crazy story. Please like and subscribe first. I was 6 years old when I moved to my aunt's house with my sister Olivia, who was 4 years older than me. Olivia and I, well, we had sort of a bittersweet relationship. More bitter than sweet. We just didn't get along. Olivia drew an imaginary line between us because she needed her space, but had no respect for mine. Like once, when I was dreaming of Justin Bieber, she woke me up to yell at me. Your blanket's on my side of the bed. Move over. Are you kidding me? And then there were times when she treated me like her servant. Amelia, go get my charger. Bring me a glass of water. Are you blind? Don't you have legs? Move your butt and get it yourself. Every time I'd answer her back, she'd look at me like I slapped her in the face, and then give me notes on how she was the best sister in the world. I bought you a new bag from the dollar shop on 2012-2019. I saved you from the bullies when you were in the 4th grade. And when you were hungry as a bear on March 13th, 2014, I cooked noodles for you. What in the world? Oh, God. Wait, you forgot. You said good morning yesterday, so what now? Would I have to do laundry for you for a year? Man, you're weird. She was crazy, but she was also kind to me on rare occasions. Like when she gave me her Netflix password, even though I begged and pleaded for it for 4 years. She also gave me her phone when I asked her. Oh, she wasn't that generous. She did it because her boyfriend, Cooper, got her a new one. Even though we fought a lot, she was still always around. But after high school, Olivia started spending less and less time with me. She was busy partying with her friends. She would come home late almost every night. One time, it was very late and Olivia hadn't returned home. My aunt and I were worried sick. Olivia, where were you? Why didn't you answer your phone? Don't try to be my mother. Just mind your own business. Ugh, I waited for you all night. Look, the sun is almost up. This isn't right. So, I should stop living my life just because you think partying all night isn't right? Gosh, you suffocate me. I am leaving. She then began packing her stuff. She said she was going to stay with Cooper and that she needed to live her life the way she wanted to. Well, fine. If that's what she wanted to do with her life, so be it. Once Olivia was gone, I did miss her, but I channeled all my energy into studying. It paid off because I graduated from high school with awesome grades. Now, I needed a job to pay for my college fees. I found a job in sales, and after months, I was finally able to move out of my aunt's place. One day, when I returned home from work, I found a basket at my door with a baby. And right then, my phone rang. Oh, you got it, Mandy. Thank God. Olivia, where are you? Wait, is this your baby? Yeah. Amelia, look. I have to go to Europe with my new boyfriend. I'm so sorry, but you're gonna have to babysit her for just like 1 week. All the stuff you need is in the baby bag. And there's a diary too. Wait, are you crazy? You haven't shown up in 2 years.
How do you think I'm gonna— She hung up before I could finish. I reached into the bag, and just as I found the baby's dad's number, Mandy puked all over the diary. No, no, no. I thought of taking her to my aunt, but then I remembered she was away visiting her friends. Oh God, I can't do this. I was having a full-blown panic attack, and that's when I decided to go to the cops. My friend's sister left her baby at my friend's place and then ran away. What should my friend do with the baby?
It's not legal to keep a baby like this. She'll have to be sent to social services and they'll decide.
Social services? No, no, no. I couldn't send my niece there. And then I banged my head hard on the wall. As I stared at Mandy in horror, she began to cry and just got louder each second. Nothing was working. This was frustrating. My patience was running out. After multiple failed attempts, I finally found a solution. I did a silly dance for her that caught her attention. Finally, silence. But what happened next made me explode. Now, who's gonna clean this up? Of course, me. I cried really loudly and cursed Olivia for doing this to me. Your mother is I don't know why I'm being punished. Well, the next thing that made me worried was work. I had no other option but to take her along with me. I made a stop at the grocery store near my work to buy baby food. As I reached the cashier, I struggled to juggle the bag and baby in my hands. Please, do you mind holding her for a while?
Me? Okay.
To make matters worse, I had to cut half of my purchases due to my credit limit. But as if luck was on my side. Congratulations, ma'am, it's your lucky day. You're our 1,000th customer, and you get a voucher worth $2,000. What? What did you just say? Yes! Finally, something good happened to me. I took the bags and ran out of the shop, but then the stranger stopped me.
Hey, excuse me. Stop, please. Your baby?
Oh my God, I am so sorry. I forgot about her. I'm a bad aunt, ain't I?
Ooh, thank God you said aunt. I was wondering if I can—
Before he could finish, Mandy started crying and I had to rush. Bummer. When I reached the office, I was surprised to see the stranger from the store there. It turned out he was our boss's son.
You work here? Oh, wow. I'm surprised that we have such pretty employees. And the youngest ones.
I'm sorry to have brought her here, but I'm still looking for some place to drop her off. Adrian was amazing. The guy was always nice to me, and as we started working together, he always praised my work in front of everyone, which made me feel over the moon. I was falling hard for him, but I kept my feelings about him under wraps. He, on the other hand, was pretty clear about how he felt for me.
I must say, you look lovely today. Amelia, you are loaded with work. Let's take a coffee break. Amelia.
One day, we were preparing for a meeting when Adrian took my hand and told me how much he liked me. I can't say no to my boss. I like you too. Everything was turning out great for me. Olivia had told me she'd be back in a week, but it had been more than 3 weeks and she was still a no-show. But luckily, Mandy and I were getting along just fine. It wasn't like she stopped spitting her food in my face, didn't cry, or stopped rolling on the floor. I just learned how to handle her better now. I even got her into a daycare when I was at work. Like all good things that don't last forever, this happy period of my life was also temporary. Mandy got sick and I didn't know what to do. I called Adrian and asked if he could drop us off at the clinic. He drove up in his Mercedes-Benz and took us there. Thank God it wasn't anything serious. On our way back, I invited Adrian over for coffee at my place. But what he said next surprised me.
You live here? It's so tiny. And untidy, too.
As he walked around, he stepped on a toy and screamed. Ouch.
Oh.
He looked pissed and threw the toy against the wall. I was shocked at how he acted. I'm sorry the house is messy.
It's not your fault. I was thinking you could always give her up for adoption. She was your sister's mistake, not yours. Or have her come back and take care of her own kid.
He wasn't wrong, but I wasn't sure about his idea. Mandy was my niece after all, and I loved her. The next few days, Adrian kept bringing up the idea of sending Mandy to social services.
Even though I tried to contact Olivia many times, her number was off. Just a week later, I was having an amazing sleep when someone jolted me awake. It was Adrian. What happened? Is Mandy all right?
Yeah, she must be. But Amelia, you fell asleep during our presentation. What is going on with you? You need to pull yourself together and give the baby to someone. Her dad?
He was right. When my aunt came back from the trip, I went to her house and asked her if she knew about Cooper. She gave me his number, and when I contacted him, he was shocked to learn that he even had a baby.
Oh my God. She looks just like me. My carbon copy. I can't believe Olivia hid this from me.
He then told us how Olivia had left him for another guy, never telling him that she was pregnant. I felt really bad for him. I couldn't believe my sister would stoop so low. When Cooper took Mandy away, I realized how much I missed her. Those tiny hands and feet, that toothless smile. Gosh, I wanted to hug her just once more. I busied myself with work, and it went well with Adrian. He gave me expensive gifts and would take me out for dinner every day. One time while I was out with him, I mentioned how much I missed Mandy, and he just snapped.
Mandy, Mandy, Mandy. It's always Mandy for you all the time. I'm sorry. Look what I got you.
I need to go, please. As soon as I was out of the restaurant, I went to Cooper's place, and what I saw there had me laughing. Cooper had a pacifier around his neck, Mandy in his arm, milk powder in his hair, and a rattle in his other hand. I'm sorry, but I can't stop laughing.
It's okay. At least I made you laugh.
Let me try.
Oh, you made her sleep even faster.
As he cleaned up the mess, I helped him, and we felt exhausted and hungry by the end. We ordered online, and honest to God, the food was 100 times better than the fancy restaurant Adrian loved taking me to. Right then, my phone rang. Think of the devil. It was Adrian, apologizing for snapping at me. He wanted to meet me again, but hearing Cooper's voice in the background, his mood changed.
You don't have time for me, and there you are with some other guy? Who is he?
I just couldn't handle his drama, so I hung up. Since I really liked spending time at Cooper's house, I went to visit Mandy and him almost every day. However, that didn't sit too well with Adrian because I had to face him at work too. One time, he invited me on a date to a fancy gala, and I reluctantly accepted. I wanted to finish things with him, and that could be my chance. But once I reached the place, his face twisted the moment he saw me.
Oh, God. Why didn't you wear the dress I gave you? Come on, let's go. You need something proper for this gala. I can't be seen with someone who dresses like this.
What the heck? Fine, you won't be seen with me from now on. Wanna know why? 'Cause you are one snobby, arrogant, and annoying jerk.
Oh yeah, great. You're making me the bad guy here? Who's cheating on me with Cooper? Admit that you like him.
His words hit me. I think I really had feelings for Cooper, and I was kinda cheating. Ugh, you are crazy. We're done, Adrian. Goodbye. Saying that, I left, and on my way home, Cooper called, and I told him everything that Adrian had done. Since I didn't have a ride home, Cooper insisted on picking me up. He parked on the other side of the road, and when I turned toward him, my heel got stuck in the wet grass and it broke. Seeing me struggle, Cooper rushed to me.
Uh-oh. Are you okay? Are you hurt? Oh, God, you're soaking wet. Here, wear this.
Ah, thanks. It's just this stupid... Ugh. The next thing I know is that Cooper had me in his arms and carried me to his car. He delicately seated me. Oh my gosh, my heart was beating really fast, and I was sure he could hear it. I had never felt this calm and protected. Once we were at Cooper's place, I changed into dry clothes that belonged to him and snuggled next to Mandy. Can I crash here for the night, Cooper? I am too tired to go home now.
What? Yeah, you don't need to ask. It would be great if you could stay with us.
Really?
Yeah. In fact, I'd love to have you forever.
Oh, wow. He really liked me. I did a happy dance inside my head, but I just nodded my head. A few days later, I resigned from my job and even changed my number because Adrian was constantly calling me. In a few months, I moved in with Cooper and was living my best life. I loved Mandy so much, and being able to be with her brought me so much joy. Everything was going smoothly, until one day, Olivia returned. And seeing Cooper and me together, she looked shocked.
Olivia, you? What brought you here? Finally got time to worry about your daughter?
I was looking for Mandy, but I didn't find her at your place, and here you are. Olivia, Oh, cut it out, Amelia. How are you feeling after betraying your sister? How could you say that to me? You left your kid. You cheated on your boyfriend and ran off with your new fling, and never told him about his child. I am not the one betraying anyone here. It's you. Unbelievable. With those words, Olivia left. And even though I wanted to say so much more to her, Cooper stopped me, saying it wasn't worth arguing with her. Time passed and I didn't hear from Olivia again. Soon, Cooper and I got married and we were living the perfect life. But deep down, I missed my sister. On Mandy's 5th birthday, I was at the store getting her a gift when I spotted an LOL doll. When I almost had it, someone else picked it up too. Hey, I needed that. Oh, Amelia, it's you. Oh my God, it's been years. How are you? And is this for for Mandy? Yeah, she loves it. Olivia then handed me the toy and then Mandy called me from behind. Mama? Oh my God, she's grown up really fast. Can I hug her? Of course, you don't need to ask. You are her mother after all. Olivia then hugged Mandy and kissed her with all her strength. Mama, is this Mommy? Yes, honey, she is. Oh God, she knows me? Of course, I have always shown her your pictures. Thank you. Thank you so much, Amelia. You're the best sister in the whole world. The end. Hi, I'm Tiana from Russia. Please like and subscribe. My mom gave birth to 2 identical twins, me and my sister Mila. Unfortunately, we were only a month old when my parents divorced. Mom took Mila to the city while I stayed in the village with Dad. Dad was my only friend because growing up, I was super shy and preferred to read and write stories in my journal than play with other kids.
Are you sure you want to spend another Friday night alone, sweetie?
Don't worry, Dad. I'm fine. Aren't you happy I'm not going to any wild parties or dating any boys? Then one day when I was 16, I got a strange visitor.
Hi, Tiana. Oh, you're all grown up now and so beautiful.
Thanks. Do I know you?
Wow, I guess your dad never mentioned me much or kept any pictures. I'm your mom.
You're joking, right? But she wasn't. Instead, Dad came over and the 2 of them sat down with me in the living room.
All right, I let you come over because you said you had an emergency. So what's going on?
It's Tiana's sister, Mila. She's a model and makes a lot of money, but she started struggling with mental illness and suddenly quit. Now, if she doesn't complete her contract, we'll be sued for a crazy amount of money. Tiana has to fill in for her. No one will know. I may have to trim her bangs a bit, though.
Wait, what? This is the emergency?
What a stupid and twisted thing to ask your daughter that you haven't seen in 16 years. Get out of my house, right now.
They started arguing and I didn't know what to do. So I just slipped out of the room and tried to calm myself down. But Mom just wouldn't give up. And the next day, she made me a crazy offer.
Your father mentioned you write stories and that it's your dream to become a famous author. What if I told you I knew an agency that could publish your work and pay you a fortune?
How could I say no to something like that? After that, I convinced Dad to do the modeling contract and finally, he agreed. So, I moved to the city where Mom and Mila lived in a mansion. Mom greeted me at the door and hugged me tightly. I still wasn't entirely comfortable with her, but it was nice to feel welcome.
You'll meet Mila later today. She doesn't leave her bedroom. She even has dinner there.
You mean I'll only see her if I come upstairs with you? Doesn't she ever leave the house? Mom didn't answer. She just snapped her fingers and ordered some servants to get me settled in my room. God, this place was so different from what I was used to. And I was curious to meet my mysterious sister, too. That evening, I was reading in my room when I heard a scream outside my room. I went into the hallway to find the maid covered in food. That's when I also saw Mom and Mila. I told her I wanted pizza for dinner, not these soggy vegetables.
Of course, baby. Our mistake. But pizza's not good for you right now. We'll get you the tastiest salad ever. I'll give you a raise, all right? I can't have another servant quit because of her.
You always do this, Mom. I don't want a salad. If I don't get a pizza right now, I'll take all of your gold jewelry and give it to the neighbor's dog to chew on and then throw up. Excuse me, but don't speak to your mom like that. And you certainly didn't need to throw food at your maid. This is my twin sister, Mom. She has a lot of nerve for a house guest. Also, we may look identical, but her skin is way more blotchy than mine. You should tell the photographer that beforehand. Jeez, this girl was something else. I went off to bed after that, and Mom told me not to take Mila's behavior personally.
I just want her to be happy and healthy.
The next day, I arrived on set, when suddenly, I noticed everyone glaring at me and whispering angrily. What was going on? Hey, why is everyone here giving me dirty looks? Did I do something wrong?
Ugh, you're here? I thought you quit after you humiliated me in front of thousands of people. Also, you bullied every single person on set since you started working here, Mila. They were hoping they'd never see you again after you left.
What? I bullied everybody here? And what did I do to you? I mean, I didn't take my meds this morning, so I forgot what happened. Can you remind me?
Ugh, give me a break.
Mila had apparently done a lot of horrible things because every person around me acted like I was some kind of monster. I called Mom and told her what had happened.
You must have spoken with Vlad, Mila's coworker and ex-boyfriend. She dumped him publicly during an acceptance speech for an award show and said some mean things. Just focus on your work, honey. He's not your problem.
I knew Mom was right, so the next day, I ignored all the death stares and kept to myself. But later that afternoon, Vlad and I had to do a photo shoot together. The photographer was about to start when suddenly she started freaking out.
I cannot work like this, Vlad. How much weight did you gain? The costume designers worked really hard and you... forget it. I'm requesting a different model.
What? Why? We've been rehearsing this for weeks, and I haven't gained any weight.
He really does look great. Maybe his suit just has to be tailored a bit. The photographer wouldn't listen, and Vlad stormed off with tears in his eyes. Vlad, don't listen to that photographer. You're in great shape. I don't get why she had to be such a jerk.
Well, she wasn't totally wrong. I have put on a little weight. I'm surprised you didn't make fun of me about it.
Have I made fun of your body in the past?
You made fun of it in front of thousands of people during your award speech. You said you were dumping me because I didn't have abs anymore.
Wow. Well, I'd like to apologize for that. The truth is, I think you're really brave for doing a job like this. I hate having my picture taken. I mean, even though I'm a model, the point is, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I really didn't expect an apology from you. We're still broken up, but thanks for that.
After our talk, Vlad was nicer to me, which made my job a lot easier. One day, I headed to the den to watch some TV when I saw Mila sitting on the couch. What are you doing here? What do you mean? This is my house, isn't it? Yeah, but I thought you never came out of your room. I don't, but my room doesn't have a TV, and I like watching my MSA videos on a big screen. You watch MSA too? They're my favorite YouTube channel. Their stories are what inspired me to become a writer. Yeah, I don't care. You can watch with me as long as you keep your mouth shut. I decided to take the opportunity to spend time with Mila. She obviously had some issues, and I was curious to know more about her. As we were watching videos, Mila's phone suddenly rang and she looked annoyed. Why is Vlad calling me? My heart started racing as Mila answered the phone. Apparently, Vlad had called to ask her out to coffee. He said he's glad we're getting along better lately and that I seem happier and healthier. Did you flirt with him or something? What? No, we're just friendly coworkers. Listen to me. At your job, you're not Tiana, you're Mila. And Mila doesn't want you talking to Vlad at all. I still love him. You love him, and yet you dumped and publicly body-shamed him? Look, I'm not interested in your ex-boyfriend, but I'm allowed to be his friend. He's not your property. And he deserves to be around someone who doesn't mistreat him. I left before Mila could answer, and the next morning at work, I told Vlad I was sorry if I was rude to him on the phone and that I was happy to hang out.
I really don't have time for your games, Mila.
I'm not playing games, dude. Just whatever you do, don't call or text me on that number again. I got a new number. I convinced Vlad to let me buy him coffee, and as we were walking to a cafe, I saw a lady come up to us with a little girl behind her.
I'm so sorry to bother you, but my daughter is a big fan and I wanted to say hi. She's just a little shy.
You don't have to feel shy. I'm just a normal girl at the end of the day, like you. Did your mom buy you this pretty scarf? Actually, I got it as a present from my agency. Do you want it? I think you'd look even better in it than I do.
No, we can't possibly accept that from you.
Mila, that scarf costs thousands of...
It's okay, really. I want her to have it. The girl was starry-eyed, and her mom thanked me over and over.
Wow, I can't believe you just did that. You've changed a lot during your vacation, haven't you? Are you in therapy now or something?
I guess you could say that. Vlad insisted on buying me coffee instead of the other way around, and I even got some free pastries since the cashier was also a fan of Mila. I was living like royalty pretending to be her, and my life as a model just kept getting better. I was getting huge business deals because everyone was amazed at how Mila had apparently made a comeback. But my success drove my sister totally wild. You're just living your